Hello! You just caught me making an episode. Let's cut down to the chase. The way I make them is not that interesting, and this time I can't decide what's the best idea to end on, so I will just pick a random one. Okay, here we have one. It's called Hand in Hand. Why does every cover have a hand anyways? Is it a Beatles reference? What about the Genesis cover, you say? Those pieces, you know what put them there? A hand. Also, the Abacab cover, painted by hand. You see, every album does. And that's it really. Very short. I couldn't add more ideas to it because my hand cramped. Anyways, here we have a clip this time that I intended to use. Today, I will try to turn it on and turn it on again like Phil Collins is saying it on the concert. Turn it on again. Turn it on. Turn it on again. Turn it on again, turn it on. Ah, shut up. Sorry, that's a bit embarrassing. Let's try another paper next. We have one called Band. I go to the future. The year is 2077 and Genesis music is totally banned. But there are workaways, like getting other versions, such as the 12-inch, Carpet Crawlers 99, and the 3 Collion Station songs that have not been striked by copyright. Also covers. Why did I write all of that? It's not even funny. Maybe I wanted to make some Blade Runner looking stuff? Something more visual? I don't know. Anyways, I also found this picture lying around. Look at this mess of names. If people were counting this as different versions, you could break a world record with how many dominoes there are there. This is a nightmare for the people that like format consistency. I have many papers with short similar ideas. Maybe I should just mix them. Genesis is a band that has changed constantly. Every album feels like a new thing, no matter if a member left or not. It's just how the band operates. For example, The Lamb is very different from its predecessors. Even though this is a very changing band with many different sounding albums, they are also a band of traditions. For example, when playing live, they always try to start with a song of the previous album. Sans exceptions. Every album has to feature a joke song or a love song, or even both. This band is very human. They even care about breathing and walking. Another thing that they repeat, and find very amusing it seems, is how the song gets tense and the singer starts shouting something epic, like
on a grapevine.
This is an announcement from Genetic.
Meanwhile, lurking by a stone in the mud.
In silence and darkness.
I would like to do that myself, but I will do so later. Imagine having a band that changes, yet is the same for over 50 years. That's very funny. Remember the time when Tony Banks moved the chords while Mike and Phil played a continuous rhythm? Me neither. One last thing. Mike always likes to point out the darkness on the band. You could say that Mama, it's like the musical box for a new generation. Both scare your grandma. Or great-grandma in my case. It's funny thing really, not the scaring part, but that two very different songs have a similar reaction from the same band. I just wonder if there are any other songs that have the same energy as Oh, sorry. I was listening to a great tune that I made. Care to listen? Escape outside. I often find myself thinking that I should be in another place. Reality is not enough. I need to escape to somewhere else. You know I mean it, I want to go Even though there is no place, well, maybe if I wait alone, I'll be consumed by my own dreams. I'm an indecisive person. I have two great candidates episodes here. What should I do? Let's start with the one I think causes the better impression. Hello, evil Mr. Genesis Beast here. I took 100 people from the street, tied them up, and made them listen to the entire Genesis discography and asked them what they thought of it from each album. I will be omitting every answer that involved releasing them, and I will mention keywords only. So, what did they say? From Genesis to Revelation, old, trespass is, according to them, sad, calm, stressful, and violent. Nursery Crime is scary, weird, edgy, trippy, odd, and sexual. Foxtrot is better, religious, dumb, weird, prophetic, political, epic, and regal. Selling England by the pound is confusing, weird, walking, battle, epic, forest, cinema, British, and Tesco. The Lamb is erogenous, cannibalism, bestiality, bore, castration, horrible, and the cage one was very relatable to them. Trick was prettier, dreamy, confusing, and epic. Wind is relaxing, stressful, Christmas, blood, blisters, free me please. Tree is reverse, mellow, Christmas, weird, pop, love the last track, is that feel? Duke is explosive, cool, misunderstanding, couldn't clap to turn it on again. Abacab is what the fuck, who done it, abstract, harsh, 80s, pop, feel? Genesis is sexual, edgy, racist, bopping, pop, 80s, Miami Vice. Invisible Touch is pop, enjoyable, violence, tonight, 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 monkey, drugs, and politics. We Can Dance is Jesus, pop, dance, morning, ballad, political, and boring. At that moment, everyone was happy. They thought that it was over, but it wasn't. Calling All Stations was next, and after a few songs, they just couldn't bear it. They were scared of me selling them to the Congo and whatnot, but everything was fine because I'm not a bad person, and how could I be if they all love the song? Well, we're finally at the end of this journey. Making an episode is kind of a mess, and this last one, I tricked you. It's like 20 pages long, but I will resume it for you. Death talks to me and asks me to fix some timeline stuff. Yes, another dumb time travel plot. But this one is so complex I won't finish it. But representing it like this is fine. I will probably release all the complete transcripts I used as a base to the many sections of this long season ending episode. Anyways, I travel to the first episode of the season, I move around the mess with the dominoes, go to the kitchen, and the eggs are the answer for some reason. After that is 2022, to the episode Suddenly 3, making the ending of that even more confusing and paradoxical, and I tell myself to talk to Death about Genesis rather than hanging the phone on that later episode that will come up later in that season. In 2020 I have to destroy the mic. In 2019 I tell myself that I have to make this series about Genesis. In 2018 I see myself recording the Skylanders video, and this is the reason I could make the episode. I have the same desk and camera still, but the room is clearly not. After that I go to 2011. My idea was to end the season with me trapped there in 2011, but that won't be possible to make, as well as limiting me on what I can do for next season. As much as I wanted to make this one, the idea not only was complicated, but not interesting enough, and it was another time travel thing. This one even more shoehorned than before. I think that if I ever do that again, I have to prepare in advance at the start of the season. Well, this concludes this special. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and now a staple of the season endings. The compilation of every distinct introduction for the season of
Small talk. Small talk.
now.
Small talk. 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 Small talk.